Just waiting. Good evening, Miss Jazzy. How are you? Hope everybody's well today. Hope everybody's doing excellent today. I wanted to jump on here real quick after a coaching session that I had this morning with a client. And I wanted to talk about men who have trust issues. Now, for those of you who don't know who I am, like you just jumped on here to see what was going on, my name is Selkis Ray. I'm an artist, author, poet, relationship expert, spiritual advisor, medicine woman. Uh, what else? I don't even know what else. Everything you can think of. I'm every woman. I'm every woman, and this channel is an extension of my work, of the coaching that I do. I am a coach for hire. So what I do for a living is outside of being an artist. You can check out my work at iloveherart.com if you're so inclined to buy black art. If you're a collector, there are fantastic pieces there. If you have eclectic taste, you will enjoy my work. So, thank you. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you for being a part. Thank you, Janelle, for coming. Yes, I am the medicine woman. So today, just a quick video to tell you to avoid men who have trust issues. Avoid them like the plague. Avoid them like the plague that they are. Yeah, you need to do that. Men who have trust issues should never, ever, ever, never, ever be trusted. Yeah, them. Why do I say that? Because usually, people in general, but we're talking about men today, so we'll say men. Men in general who have trust issues usually are highly likely to be manipulators, emotional manipulators. Because if he has trust issues, that means for the most part the span of his relationship status, right? The history of the relationships that he's been in, he's been dogged out. He's been dogged out. And if he's been dogged out to the point where he has trust issues, then he has a certain template that he's going by. So although he doesn't want to be abused, he's looking for that. He really is seeking that because that's his normal. That's his normal. So you'll find men that have these trust issues will require you to extend yourself beyond what they've actually earned to actually be in your life. They will ask you to do things above and beyond their status and really what they're providing for you to supposedly ensure that you are not going to be another woman to hurt him. And I was talking to my client today, this particular girl was doing a lot of things to make this particular gentleman comfortable. And nothing that she could do was reassuring to him. Like nothing. Nothing at all. And it was almost as if he was spiting her, making her pay for all the hurt that the women in his past have caused him. And I told her, like I will tell you, you're not responsible for anybody's past. Okay? You are not responsible to show and prove, to make up for any pain that anybody has gone through due to past relationships. When you get into a new relationship with a man, he is asking for a spot in your life. Okay? He is asking for you to make room for him to love you. That's what he's there for. It's for you to spend time, for you to make room and move some things around so he can enjoy some parts of your life. You are not responsible for or you are not the punching bag, or you are not the person that he can take out his frustration and anger with. You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that. So for you to bear the brunt of every other woman who's crossed him, and for him to expect you to over accommodate or overcompensate because he's been hurt and betrayed in the past, it's very unfair to you. And to me, it's a control tactic. It's a control tactic. That's all it really is. I need for you to do this, I need for you to do that. And a lot of times what also happens with these type of men is that they require you to take yourself off the market before he is even tried and proven worthy of you announcing that you're in a committed situation with him. It's like everything, you got to do everything prematurely just to assure this man that you're not going to dog him out. That's not your bag. That's not your bag. If the man that you are talking to express that he has trust issues, run. Run, Forrest, run. There is nothing you could do with that but tell him, find a therapist. Find a therapist. There's nothing you can do with that. He is going to require you to bend over backwards, overextend, accommodate him in ways that he has not earned. He's going to be a big headache. He's going to be a big headache. Hey, 90 Lee. And that ain't the one you want. That ain't the one you want. And I'm sure men can say the same thing about women, and rightly so. Rightly so. We want to be as repaired as we possibly can be when we're trying to navigate and create new relationships. You don't want to walk into this thing wounded. Wounded? Listen, men are manipulators from the jump. If they have trust issues or not, they're in your space, in your face, trying to see how they can finagle getting something from you without any work. With the least amount of effort, the least amount of requirement, the least amount of money, time, or whatever, he's trying to see if he can get something from you. Even if he likes you, he's going to test you. He's going to try to get things for free, even if he's interested in you. This is how men are. Why? Because men are takers. Men take. Women give. Men take. I want that. That's the mentality of men. I want that. I'm going to go after that. Whether it hurts you or him in the process, okay, collateral damage. But this is the mentality of men. So it's not a right or wrong thing. It's just the mentality of men. So you prepare for all these things. Somebody who's wounded like that, though, with trust issues, you can be as nice as you want to be, as overcompensating, as over-accommodating as you can possibly be. And what happens is, he just begins to resent you. You know that, right? He begins to develop a resentment and a suspicion about you. Develops a suspicion about you even when you're doing everything he's requested of you. Why? Just like I tell you ladies, he has a template to go by. And if he's not being dragged through the coals, if he's not experiencing pain from a woman that he loves, then he's not even recognizing it as something passion, as something worthwhile. He may say he doesn't want it. He may say that. And we all say conscientious things when we're sane. But when you're caught up in your emotions, you go right back to your template. You go right back to what you've known, not what you want, what you've always known. And men are no different in that regard. Men are no different. They'll talk about, oh, and you got to look at them sideways. If a man has a history of being with women who are abusive, you have to literally sit back and say, oh, you like that. That's what you need to be saying in your mind. You can't be saying, oh, I'm going to be totally different. I'm going to be kind to him and I'm going to be nurturing him and he'll see I'm the best woman for the job. No, you have to assume that's what he likes. That's what gets him off. That's what he sees as passion. So if you decide you're gonna go ahead and do that follow through and get with a dude that has trust issues, and a man who has trust issues cannot be satisfied. You can't satisfy him, and if you want to go grab that bag, if you want to try to grab that bag, understand that you gotta give him some kind of pain. You can't come there on uh, uh, June Cleaver. You can't June Cleaver the relationship. You have to give him something that he knows. You gotta push the knife in there every now and then. You may not be ruthless like that, but you gotta push the knife every now and then so he can recognize you as something of value, because he's measuring you by everything else he ever had. The same thing with women, same thing with men, same thing. Same thing. Same thing. So be careful with that. He's going to start abusing you. Well, yes, there's that. there is that if you let him, because it's a test. If he's asking you to do something that he knows he hasn't earned, and you do it, the first time you do that, he goes, "Oh, she let me do that. Shit. All right." Then it elevates. Then it goes to the next level, and then the next level, and then the next level. And anything you let him get away with, it's like, it's like someone who the gateway drug. You go from weed, and from weed what comes after weed? Heroin or crack? I don't know. But you go from one thing, and when it's not giving you the hit you want, you got to elevate. You got to graduate to something else. And this is why they say don't even do drugs, because once you start and you get numb to it, you need something bigger, you need something better, you need something stronger. And it's the same thing when they try you and you open the door and you let him know, oh, I can get away with that. That's it. You're creating the template. You're creating the rules of engagement. You're letting him know, okay, this is how much you're worth. And this is how much I have to respect you or don't have to respect you. He's learning how to respect you based on what you allow him to do in your space. That's what it is. Hey, Tiffany, don't give him an inch to take a mile. I mean, that is what it is. That is what it is. Men who are emotionally unstable should be avoided. Men who are emotionally unstable it's a different thing to the emotional instabilities of women, because men are not strong emotionally. If you didn't know, we are stronger emotionally. We may not be smarter than them. We may not have the brute force and the physical makeup to have the strength that they have, but we handle our emotions a little bit better. You have to watch for those things. It's a toss up. But I find that when a man reveals that he's emotionally weak, that's a big red flag. That's a big red flag. That's a problem. It's a problem, Houston. It's a problem. And you gotta ask yourself, you want that headache? Do you want that headache? There's so many women getting beat up, abused, all kind of stuff going on because these dudes are, going postal out here. And you have to be careful. You have to be careful. Now, That said, no one's perfect. And as I say all the time on this channel, you have to prepare to see everyone's dark side. You have a dark side, and he does too. And he does too. But if you're going into this and you're seeing that you're doing what's asked of you and it's still not enough, cut tail and run. Cut tail and run. Run for the hills, because you'll be your whole life, your whole career, your whole love affair with him will be you begging for forgiveness, because nothing you do would be right. Nothing you do will be acceptable. Nothing you do will be right, because he's emotionally unstable. Why do you stream? Why does your stream keep lagging? Do you have dial-up or something? No, I don't actually don't know why. I got this new phone, and it was supposed to be better. I'm not on dial-up, clown. I'm not on dial-up, clown. He told me he was unstable. I didn't believe him. You have to believe them when they say that. You have to believe them when they say that. Sometimes they tell you. Sometimes they really come out and tell you what it is. And a lot of us think that, your vagina is going to reform people. And the truth of it is that it won't. It won't. Whatever you see is really what you get in people. Don't expect people to change. Unless they want to, don't think they're going to change because of you. If you are waiting for somebody to change because of your requests, because you're kind to them, because you're doing whatever they ask you to do, and you expect them to change because of that, you have a long wait. And you should not have expectations like that. They have to be the catalyst for their own change. For their own change. Because most people do not change. Whatever's going on with the person, the best that you can do is override your own programming by having new experiences. I said in a past live before that we are all under this spell. This low self-esteem that most women are infected with is a spell. And the only way to get rid of it is in knowing that you really can't get rid of it, but it's to cast a bigger spell over it so that it overrides the programming and the template, your operating system that you're running on, that says, I'm not good enough, I'm unattractive, I don't deserve this, I'm never going to be successful, I shouldn't have this, I shouldn't ask for that, I'm just going to be quiet, they're going to hurt me, so I won't say nothing, I'll just stand in the corner, I'll just play it safe, like most women do on a day-to-day basis. You have to cast a bigger spell to so-called get rid of the other one. And the other one ain't going nowhere. You have to overshadow it. You have to overshadow it. Thank you, Tia. So that's what this thing is. That's what this thing is. Most men that you meet are going to try to poke holes in your armor to see how weak you are, because it's important for them to find out what your weaknesses are so that they can emotionally control you. Why is this? Because they don't have any power over you unless they get you under control emotionally. That's the only way a man has control over you, is by getting to know what you're afraid of. What are you embarrassed by? What are you ashamed of? What are your insecurities? He's got to find that out quick, because the sooner he finds that out, the sooner he can dig up in your cervix. So that's his mission from the start. That's his mission from the start. And you'll find men, they'll edify you 1 minute and then condemn you the next. I had someone who commented on my last video, my previous video, some clown, and he got on there making statements about, he thinks attractive people are really insecure. He was just saying things that I guess he assumed were synonymous with my thinking, my train of thought. Like, I'm on here saying that attractive people are insecure, which is not that's not what this channel is about. We're not throwing shade on nobody. And he made a statement about me needing to give my hair a good shampoo. I guess I look dirty. I mean, that's really what he was saying, that I looked like I wasn't clean. And then after that, he gave me a compliment and said that, I had beautiful lips and all that kind of stuff. But this is what men do. This is what they do. They attack even on this channel. And you see the big ass banner. This is called the Ugly Girls Club for a reason. And I had to let him know. I'm like, you didn't read the about section here? You didn't read the banner here? We're not interested in being anything that we can't be here. We're not interested in that. We're not interested in being edified by men who just want to screw and abuse us. We're not interested in all that. Our value isn't more than how we look. That's the basis of this platform. And he still was like, well, you're too hard on yourself, boo. That's what he said. You're too hard on yourself, boo. You just need to wash your hair and then you'll be all right. So I let him have it as eloquent as I could, as less gutter, because I have a gutter switch that I have to choke it sometimes and to try to maintain professionalism because I have a cannon mouth. So I was, very diplomatic and telling him, listen, your view count is great, but your opinion doesn't matter here. We're not chasing validation here. So it doesn't matter if you think I need to be hosed down or that I have beautiful lips or whatever. It doesn't matter either way. But this is what they do. They push you down and then they pull you up, right? They push you down. They insult you. And it's like a delivery of sarcasm, and they weave it into compliments, and then have you all baffled, like, well, is it me or did he just insult me? You don't even know. By the time they finish weaving and doing that push and pull that they learn in all them how to bang a girl for free seminars, you don't even know if he's insulted you or not. You don't even know. You still like, well, damn, what just happened here? Because he ends it with I think you're cute. I think you're beautiful. And is that charity? Is your thoughts about the way I look charity? Can I put that in my bank account right now? Can I feed my kids with it? No. But this is what they do. So I'm saying it ain't about the way you look, and he's giving it back to me. This is what I tell you ladies that they're going to do. When you say I'm not attractive, I'm an ugly girl, when you say that, I know y'all hate to say it, but when you say that, you take their power away, and they're going to try to give it back to you. No, you're beautiful. No, take it back. I need to be able to affirm you, because if I can't affirm you, then how am I going to fuck you? How am I going to be on your knees if I can't offer you some sort of affirmation and validation? I can't pull any emotional strings, and I'm not going to get no tail from you. So I got to give it back to you. You took my power to validate you away. So now I got to give it back to you and say, no, you're beautiful. No, don't say that. You are beautiful. I think you're beautiful. So what? So what? It's a game. It's a game. And when you ladies decide to accept it, and eventually you will, you get hurt a few more times, and you will. You have to come back and play, replay the videos and all that, and you'll realize that what I'm saying is spot on black pill truth. You will. And then you come to the conclusions that you could have came to a year ago, 2 years ago, or whatever. But it is what it is. It is what it is. When men are in their rebound phase, they're emotionally weakened and shouldn't be dated. Well, when aren't men in a rebound phase? When you listen to, and you guys, you ladies go to these other channels, I know you do. And you listen to how they talk about women in general, how they objectify women, and just, the sentiments that they express about women. There is no compassion there. There is no sense of humanity there. It's like you're just a blow-up doll that defecates and has to eat and has to sleep every night. You're just really like a blow-up doll to a lot of these men. They don't care if they hurt you, especially if you're not attractive. Let me tell you ladies something who are not attractive. People don't care if they hurt you. People won't care if they hurt you. I'm just going to say it. So you have a goal, an extra special goal to protect yourself, because the instinct to protect you isn't there because you don't look good enough to be kind to. You don't look good enough to be treated well. This is what people will assume. This is what they will assume. And this is why I tell women of low social currency that you need to be out and about with a smile on your face, not with your head hanging down, not cowering down for anybody. You got to look like you are in love with your life, in love with yourself, in love with what you do. You got to look like you're satisfied in the skin that you're in, because the wolves are going to come. They're going to come with their pity. They're going to come with their edification. They're going to come with their false, and you have to prepare. You have to prepare. Unfortunate but true. More times than not. And the things that I'm saying here, every woman has experienced. Whether she's good looking or not. She's experienced this. Right? But yours is a special kind of case because you're walking in the door on a certain level before you open your mouth, before he knows your character, before any of those things. He's already assessing how much respect he has to give you as opposed to another person. Such is life. We can't do anything about that. Such is life. But you can prepare, you can protect yourself, you can understand that you have to pay extra special attention to your delivery. Are you smiling when you talk? Do you look angry? Do you look fearful? Do you look dissatisfied? Do you look upset? What is your tone? Are you scared to touch people when you talk to them? Are you scared to give them a hug? Are you scared to compliment them? Because when you're an ugly woman, you need to be giving compliments first, you know. I need to get a shirt that says go first. You need to be giving it first. Because people think they got to pick you up off the effing floor. They got to scrape you up off the floor and dust the shite off of you. Because you're just, you're like a little wounded bird out here. And you got to show them that you can be generous, cordial, that you can edify other people too, no matter how you look. That your kind words are charitable too. You need to do it first. Don't let nobody do that, think they can do that to you first. You need to do it first. Be happy, but have a wolf inside. You better believe it. You better be the angel and the devil. You better be good and bad, black and white, up and down, in and out, all of that. You better be 720 degrees that you are. You better be the whole 720. A cherubim and a seraphim. Both. You don't need to be doing I'm just gonna be good thing, and you're already on the bottom. That's religion. That's like I'm gonna have paradise in the afterlife. That's a poor person's mentality. I'm just gonna be good and turn the other cheek while somebody slaps me in the face. That's what people who don't have nothing are fed hope. You don't let nobody feed you hope. Don't let nobody think they can feed you hope. That's not your operating system. That's not supposed to be your operating system. You're not looking for nobody's hope, enthusiasm, and all, look on the bright side kind of things. You need facts. You need figures, facts, numbers, like rich people When they're quantifying the value of something, they need the spreadsheet. They need the spreadsheet. You don't need any hope. You don't need people's religion. That's what flattery is. Religion. That's what flattery is. Talk to me. It's religion. Sweet nothings. It doesn't mean anything. They don't have to be sincere. They don't have to be telling you the truth. And how would you know if they're telling you the truth or not? Pull out the spreadsheet. What are the actions behind this thing? You saying all of that, but I don't feel it. I don't see it. I don't feel it and I don't see it. So how is it so? Look at here. Look at here. I'm very spirited in my delivery because I'm coming from a place of experience. And I understand what time wasted looks like. And I'm anxious and I got anxiety over trying to help you ladies understand things right now. Not 10 years from now, not after you get knocked up with a baby you didn't need to have, not after you pull yourself off the market for somebody who never cared about you, not after all of that, but before. Before. I'm trying. I'm trying my best. So I get really, really hyped and emotional and passionate about this thing because I see it all the time. I see women wasting their lives all the time off a religion. This religion called a relationship. If you're a girlfriend, you're practicing religion. You're really practicing faith there. Really. For real. You got to be careful. You got to be careful. Sierra says, I always go first. I hope so. You better. You better. So, listen, that's my message for today is any dude with trust issues, listen, you can move forward with it, but just understand it ain't your responsibility to relieve him of his trust issues. That's something he got to work out on his own because he has to prove himself to you. Just like he had to prove himself and bend over backwards and whatever the other chicks that tortured him required him to do, you're no different than that. You're not no easy road. Don't let him play you like, okay, well, you're going to make up for everything that I didn't have from somebody else. No, dude, that's not how this ball bounces right here. You're on probation. You're on probation right now. I'm not claiming you a month in. I'm not changing my social media profile after 4 dates. I'm not overcompensating for what you need to work out in your own head. That's not my responsibility. You have to show and prove that you're the best thing that I need in my life. That doesn't change because other people abused you. That doesn't change because every other woman that you with took your money, keyed your car, or whatever it was that they did. That's personal. That's personal to you. That's for you and your God and those women to work out. I have nothing to do with that. That is the position that you take. That is the position that you take. Why is this? Because as a woman, you have everything to lose. You lose everything. You can lose your life picking the wrong dude, being in the wrong relationship. And when I say your life, I mean it in a figurative sense and sometimes literal too. Because you could be running around behind somebody that just, he was never for you. And 5 years done gone by, 10 years done gone by. Now, you were young and by the time you wake up, you're middle aged. You're middle aged with 2-3 bastards running behind you. And now you got to get somebody who can look past the fact that you're middle aged with children that are not his. after fooling around with somebody who never wanted you from the start for 5, 6, 10, 2, 3, whatever years. That's what happens. That's what happens. So a wrong relationship can ruin everything. Everything. So you got to look at it like what it is. What kind of risk? I'm taking a big risk here. Is this worth the risk? What are the odds that I'm going to get what I need from this man? You have to quantify it like that. You got to get out a piece of paper and a pen and write it down. What are the odds that this dude is going to marry me? What are the odds that this dude is going to help me pay a bill or something like that? What are the odds that this dude is going to be around next year or next month or next week? What are the odds? And I tell women all the time, especially if you are not a cute girl, if it's 50-50, you might as well say it's 70-30. And it's 70% chance that he is not going to be around. 50-50 is not good odds. 50-50 is not what you do. You don't base no decisions that are going to change your whole life on a 50% chance. You don't do that. It's got to be better odds than that. It's got to be way better odds than that. And I'm saying odds because everything is a risk. Nothing is guaranteed. Everything is a risk. But how much of a risk is what you want to quantify? How much am I risking here? If I get pregnant, will this guy take care of it? What's the odds that he will take care of this baby? And you base it on maybe he has other children already that he ain't taking care of. Maybe he said he didn't want kids. So if he's telling you he didn't want kids and you're asking yourself, well, what are the odds that he'll take care of mine if I have it? You ask yourself that. It's a 70, 80% chance of rain. So what am I doing this for? You better bag it. You better put a bag on that eggplant. Because I'm not fooling around with you. You don't really want this, and I'm not fooling. You're not gonna get me caught. You're not gonna get me caught. We have to be careful. We have to be really, really careful and really, really calculated. We have to think. We have to think. We have to think, Sulcus. Oh my God, I don't want to think. Can't we just go with the flow and see what happens? Not when you are ugly girl. You can't flow with nothing. That go with the flow is, again, that's a poor person's narrative. Anybody who has money plans stuff out. They plan their lives out. Only poor people live day to day. Only poor people live day to day and worry about the rest later on. That's a poor person's mentality. You want to be rich and abundant, you better start to plan your day, plan your life. You better have it all planned out. Like all of it. I'm just saying. So, with that said, this is the end of this live. Wanted to give y'all food for thoughts so that you know what you're doing out here. These guys that are emotionally unstable, you got to side eye them. You got to do the side eye for real, because look around you. Look at our environment. You get somebody that's emotionally stable, you better stick with them. You better stick with them because they are getting more rare by the minute. You want to talk about a man that looks good? You better get someone who's emotionally stable above all else. Someone who hard times come, he's not putting a gun in his mouth. Listen, there are men out here that are weak. They are like women now. They're worse than women now. Are you kidding me? They want something for nothing. Oh, you gotta do for me. They're not, men anymore. And you gotta be careful. Thank you, Tia. Have you noticed that pretty white girls will call black women beautiful out of pity. I don't want their their compliments if they're not genuine. What have I been saying on this live? It's assumed that people got to pick you up off the floor. Do you understand what I'm saying? It is assumed not just by white women, but by black men and by your sisters too. Those sisters that think you ugly, but they don't say it. You know, all of them. There's a whole bunch of them too that talk about you behind your back. There's a whole bunch of them, right? That feel you got to get picked up off the floor. This is why I don't engage in you never have me in no discussion panel about why black men are with white women and why they want light-skinned women and all this light-skinned privilege thing that I tell y'all ad nauseum does not exist. It doesn't exist. Not in my world. White light-skinned privilege where? Where? When you're struggling just like everybody else. When you got worries, self-image issues, self-esteem issues, and everything, just like every other woman, you're not privileged. You're not privileged until you can hire me for a job. You got an industry that I could come and interview with you for your corporation. Don't talk to me about privilege when you trying to get work like me and do everything like me. What privilege? This is why I don't entertain conversations like that, because all it amounts to is, oh, let's accept her. Look at her. Look how she's foaming at the mouth. I mean, really, let's be nice to her. Let's make her an honorary member. Let's do that so she doesn't have to be foaming at the mouth over there, telling people to accept her. Let's have pity on her. That's what you get. That's what you get. I don't do that. And I recommend that you don't do that either. Don't make anybody think that they got to pick you up off the floor. Hold your head up. Hold your head up. Accept yourself. It is what it is. It is what you are, and it is what it is. And let that be that. Nobody should leave you thinking, oh, I had to make her feel good about herself because she's so low. She's so lowly. She has no self-esteem. A person that has no self-esteem can be controlled. And I have issues with that. And you should have an issue with that too. That should bother you. That people think that they gotta pull you up, hold you up like a crutch. That should bother you. I'm talking about emotionally now. Those type of women always just that you become a doormat. You become a doormat for the men you screw, these so-called friends that you have. That I keep telling you, women, you don't really have no friends neither. Why you say that sound, kids? Oh my God! Some of y'all know. Some of y'all know. Some of y'all know what I'm talking about. You don't want that. You don't want that. If you're not in a pool of if you're not in a pool of self-pity, people won't treat you like they have to save you. No, and you don't want that's not something to strive for. To be saved? No. Because then that means that you're the source, you become the source of my good feelings for the day? No. You become the source of my self-esteem? No. No. You don't want that. You don't ever want that. Yeah, if there were handicap, I don't want that treatment. No, 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 no. You want to be emotionally intelligent, emotionally independent. You want to be able to have your thoughts. How many of us have our own thoughts in our head? Not too many. Not too many. Every thought in your mind is what someone implanted in there about your worth. This is why you're scared to say things, scared to do things, scared to, Whatever it is, you're just afraid because you're not thinking for yourself. Because if you were thinking for yourself, you'd love yourself. If you were thinking for yourself, you would love yourself. You're thinking for somebody else. You're thinking for the opinions of other people. Your mother, I don't care if it's your mother, brother, first lover, whoever. If you were just about your own thoughts, if you would just evaluate yourself based on how you felt about you, where would the low esteem come from? Where would it come from? Where would the self-deprecation come from? It wouldn't be there. It wouldn't be there. Now, can we get rid of it entirely? No. No, we're wounded, unfortunately. The mark of the beast is on all of us. The mark of the beast is on all of us, unfortunately. You have to replace the spell with a bigger one. That is all you can do. That's all you can do. So, why am I can't get my phone is acting crazy. Okay. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Click all the links in the description box. I have a free ebook that I just created, 12 steps to becoming an irresistibly magnetic woman. It's totally free. It's the first link in the description box. Get your ebook now. I'm working on an online course for y'all that can't get to me one-on-one. You'll have an online program that you can hit play on as much as you want. I am trying to feed my flock here. I'm trying to feed my flock. I want you ladies to be right. I want you to break some of this illusion. That's what I want for you. I can't see my comments. What's going on? Oh, Lord. What is... Sulcus, I attracted so many people putting me down. Now I see I'm sleeping on myself. Yeah, you gotta flip that script. It's all on you. It's all on you. You are the catalyst. You see life through your own filter. You create the filter. You create what you see. And I wouldn't even say it's create, but based on how you see things based on how you feel. Because there's a lot of things out here that we don't notice because we just don't have the feeling. We're not connected to it. Some people call it energy, vibration, or whatever. And it'll be right in front of you, but it's because of how you feel that it's like you have these blinders and it's only select things that you pay attention to. This is all of us. So if you want to change your filter and how you see the world, you have to change in here. You have to change from in here so that your filter starts to alter itself and you start to notice things that you were once blinded to because you thought you couldn't have it, you thought you didn't deserve it, you thought you were too unattractive for it, too poor for it, or whatever the case is, and it's not in your peripheral. The only way to change that is to change how you feel about yourself. And that's it. That is it. So I'm out of here. I'm hungry. I gotta go eat. I hope y'all got fed. Click the links. Get you your free ebook. My videos are my night audiobooks. Hey, I love it. I love that. Yes, hit the replay, man. Let's get this channel to 20,000 subscribers. It's time. It's time. I've been in 9,000 club for a minute. It's time to get this thing to 20,000. I need y'all to do it. I need y'all to send these videos to your girlfriends, your daughters, your aunties, maybe some of your mothers, depending on what, what we're working with. All of them. So we can, and tell them to subscribe too. So we can bump this thing up to 20,000. When I hit 20,000 subscribers, I'm gonna do a major giveaway on something. Major giveaway. Major. So we gotta make that happen. We gotta make that happen. All right, y'all. So, ooh, can I close this thing out? My phone is acting the hell up. It's acting up. I'm trying to close it and it won't close. I'm about to shut off the phone. Oh my goodness. Y'all like up the stream while I figure out how to close this thing out. Man, what in the hell? Yes, email me. I'll see you soon. I'll see you all soon. All right. Peace and love. Bye.